A former sheriff's deputy in Colorado, Andrew, was sentenced to 3 years in prison, the maximum penalty for his role in the fatal shooting of Christian Glass, a 22-year-old man who had called 911 while experiencing a mental health crisis. The incident occurred in June 2022 near the small town of Silver Plume in the Colorado Rockies, and it drew national attention for how law enforcement handled a person in distress. Glass had called emergency services after his SUV got stuck on the side of the road. While on the call, he made paranoid and erratic statements indicating he might have been hallucinating or suffering from a delusional episode. Despite showing no signs of aggression, Glass remained inside his vehicle when deputies arrived. He made heart shapes with his hands toward the officers, signaling peace, and initially offered to surrender a small knife he had in the car. However, the situation escalated. Officers fired beanbags and used a taser on Glass in an attempt to get him to exit the vehicle. After the rear window was broken by one of the beanbags, Glass threw the knife in the direction of an officer. At that point, Andrew opened fire, shooting him 5 times. The case sparked outrage after body camera footage was released showing a confused and terrified young man pleading for help rather than posing a threat. Glass could be heard in the footage crying out loud, "Lord, hear me," moments before being shot. His family and advocates insisted that the tragedy was a result of poor training and a failure to approach the situation with empathy. At sentencing, Judge Catherine criticized Andrew's behavior as rooted in control and ego rather than a simple misjudgment. She emphasized that the killing harmed not only Glass and his loved ones but also eroded trust in law enforcement. While acknowledging that Andrew may be a good person outside the badge, she condemned the way he wielded power in uniform. Andrew, dressed in an orange jumpsuit and visibly emotional, apologized in court. He admitted that he mishandled the situation and said he did not expect forgiveness. "There are a million things I should have done better that night," he told the court. Christian Glass's family shared their pain during sentencing. His mother described her son as a gentle, artistic soul who met evil that night. His father, originally from New Zealand, condemned the early attempts by officials to portray Christian as the aggressor. His sister Katie said she regrets watching her brother's final moments on body cam footage and now fears law enforcement to the point that she and her mother drive below the speed limit to avoid interaction. This case resulted in a $19 million settlement from several involved agencies, which including mandatory reforms in how officers respond to mental health crises. Although Andrew was initially tried on more serious charges, including second-degree murder, he was ultimately convicted of criminally negligent homicide after 2 trials. The first trial led to a misdemeanor conviction for endangering fellow officers, but no agreement was reached on the murder charge. Prosecutors with the Glass family support pursued a second trial that led to Monday's sentencing.